Michael Turner had just turned 30, though recently he felt decades older. His entire life revolved around screens, designing interfaces by day, doom scrolling by night, checking every notification as if his survival depended on it. He sometimes joked he lived more online than offline, but lately the joke didn't feel funny anymore. It felt true. One night, long after midnight, Michael lay in bed, scrolling through emails he had already read twice. His phone began lagging, freezing for a moment before flickering back to life. When the screen stabilized, he noticed something new. A folder on his home screen he had never seen before. Moments. No icon, no description. Just the name. Michael frowned. Maybe a system update? But his phone hadn't installed anything recently. He tapped the folder. It opened instantly, no animation, no loading. Inside were photos. Hundreds of them. Photos of him, Michael sitting at his desk, Michael cooking dinner, Michael walking to his car, Michael sleeping, all taken from angles he never saw. Some were blurry, some perfectly framed as if captured by someone who knew his habits better than he did. He felt cold, a pulse of fear rising from his stomach to his throat. He tapped a picture taken in his living room. In the faint reflection of the TV screen behind him, something stood near the doorway, a smudged humanoid figure with a face blurred like digital static. He dropped the phone onto his blanket. The moment he picked it back up, the battery level displayed something impossible. 0%. Charging. But the phone wasn't plugged in. The screen blinked once. Then a new notification appeared. New moment created. Michael stared at it, heart thudding. He hadn't taken a picture. He hadn't even moved. He opened the photo. It showed him lying in bed, staring at his phone, exactly as he was doing right now. Except in the picture, something was behind him. A shape tall, distorted, leaning toward him with its head bent unnaturally to the side, as if listening. Michael spun around, but the room was empty. Michael spent the next 2 hours trying everything he knew, deleting the folder, clearing storage, restarting the device. Nothing worked. Every time the phone rebooted, moments reappeared, populated with more photos than before. At 3:17 a.m., the screen lit up again. New moment captured. He didn't want to look, but he couldn't stop himself. The new photo showed him sitting at the exact angle of his phone's front camera, yet he wasn't using the front camera. He was staring at the back of the device. The image was high above him, as if someone was standing on the bed, leaning over. A buzzing sound filled the room. No, not the room. The phone? A voice message from an unknown number had appeared in his notifications. Michael hesitated, then tapped play. A cracked digital whisper seeped through the speaker, layered with glitching beeps and static. "Don't turn away from me, Michael. You let me see you." He felt his throat tighten. His vision blurred for a second as panic pumped through him. He threw the phone onto the rug. It kept playing. "I watch every frame you exist in. Stop deleting me. Stop pretending you're alone." The audio ended with a long, slow exhale, deep, wet, unnatural. Michael backed against the wall, trembling. Then another vibration. This time, a text. New moment added. He forced himself to pick up the phone. The new picture nearly made him drop it again. It showed him standing against the wall, right now, staring at his phone, taken from the ceiling corner of his room. He looked up. Nothing. Just darkness. The next morning, Michael tried escaping the suffocating atmosphere of his apartment. He grabbed his laptop and went to a crowded cafe. People chatted, cups clinked, music played, softly normal life. A place where he shouldn't feel watched. He connected to the Wi-Fi and opened his work files. Everything blinked, then closed. The entire screen went black. A single window opened by itself. Text began typing. "Hello again, Michael. You left me alone last night." He slammed the laptop shut so violently that people turned to stare. Embarrassed, he muttered something about his battery dying and left the cafe. When he reached home, the front door was already unlocked. He was certain he had locked it. Inside, every smart device he owned was turned on. Lights, TV, speakers, vacuum, even the oven was preheating. His TV switched to a photo slideshow automatically. Every image was from the Moments folder. The last picture made his blood turn to ice. It was him, asleep, taken inches from his face. Next to him was a shadowy figure, distorted, glitching, leaning close enough that its static textured face almost touched his cheek. He staggered back, nearly tripping. His phone buzzed. New moment created. Michael refused to look at it now. Suddenly the lights dimmed, then brightened. The TV volume spiked with a screeching static noise. His smart speaker whispered, "He's home." The voice wasn't human. It sounded like corrupted audio from a damaged file. Michael ran to the bathroom, shut the door, and splashed cold water on his face. His reflection wavered for a moment, like a digital image failing to load. Behind him, the hallway lights flicked again. Someone or something moved outside the bathroom door. Michael called tech support, police, even his phone provider. No one could explain the camera activity, the hacked devices, or the impossible photos. Suggestions ranged from malware to pranks, but Michael knew better. It wasn't a person. It was something that lived within the signals, the wires, the devices, something using them to watch him. In desperation, he bought a new phone, a sealed one, right from the store. He turned it on in the parking lot. Within 30 seconds, a notification appeared. Moments restored. His stomach dropped. He opened it with trembling fingers. Only one photo inside. A picture of him holding the exact phone he was currently turning on, taken from behind, captured moments ago. His vision spun. He stumbled backward, nearly dropping the device. He drove home shaking, every traffic light blurring into red smears of panic. When he entered his apartment, the smart locks clicked shut behind him. His TV powered on again. A black screen. White text. "I was here before your devices, before your networks. You let me inside the moment you looked at me." Michael backed toward the door, but his phone started recording video on its own. Then the lights dimmed until the apartment was barely lit a dull, cold glow. A shadow stood at the far end of the hallway. Not moving, just watching. Michael's phone vibrated so violently it slipped from his hand and clattered across the floor, pointing its camera toward him. The screen flickered, recording automatically without sound. The distorted figure in the hallway jerked forward its movement, glitching like frames dropping. When it stepped into the weak light, Michael saw its body was built from fragments, pixelated edges, shifting static, digital noise pulsing like veins. It tilted its head with a stuttering motion that didn't obey physics. Michael tried to run, but his legs felt like sinking concrete. His breath came out in broken gasps, as if the air itself resisted him. The figure reached out a hand, if it could be called a hand. Its fingers were long, sharp distortions, bending in impossible directions. It didn't grab him. It touched the phone. The room went silent. Michael felt something pull at him, not physically, but inside. Like his thoughts were being ripped apart, compressed, transferred. He collapsed to his knees, vision fracturing into pixel clusters. He saw his reflection on the phone screen begin to distort, nose dissolving into static, eyes splitting into artifacts, skin breaking into lines of corrupted data. The recording stopped. The phone shut off. The apartment went still. A minute later, the phone lit up with one new notification. New moment saved. Inside was a single image. Michael's face pale, hollow, frozen in terror, digitized and flattened, as if he had been absorbed into the device, trapped behind the glass. His eyes looked alive, as if they were still watching,